Oh, Andrea Tessmann.
Yes, Kirk Buchner.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because I disco suck. This is the second time we're recording Disco Duck, meaning that now you have to talk about this a second time. But we have a surprise for you.
For me or for our 3 listeners?
I think we have more than 3. I mean, like, we've already established that you're really big in the Pitbull community. Again, I don't know why that is, but to the Pitbull fans who seem to like Andrea, hey, here she is. Look at that.
Hi.
Hi. No, we have our own Heather Locklear.
Heather Locklear?
Yes, I'm going somewhere with this. Did you ever watch Melrose Place?
A little bit.
Okay. They started off okay in the first season, then what did they add? They added Heather Locklear. So we have our own now resident Heather Locklear, who may or may not have slept with Tommy Lee. Brad Nelson, a frequent guest, is now a permanent part of this threesome. Ooh, this is a devil's triangle.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we a throuple now?
We're a total throuple. And I never slept with Tommy Lee, but I did meet him once.
Did you really?
I did. When he was, when him and Jenna Jameson were stupping, I was working in a strip club, and we had Janet Jameson. I was DJing there, not stripping, just to clear that one up. Anyway, Jenna we had in for a long weekend special, and she was a bit of a uptight individual, we'll say. And Tommy Lee was unintelligible and higher than giraffe balls.
As you would expect him to be.
Nice.
You would, really.
Now, there's a caveat to being part of this. Now you're entering into a bet that Andrea have made, and I have made, with the co-host of the Hall of Fame show. You're now part of this. But we've altered it a little bit.
Pray I do not alter it further.
Ooh, I like that. Andrea and I have a bet with Evan Nolan, who is from Boston, now currently living in Chicago, and our wager is threefold. The men's Olympic hockey tournament, which we've now changed because now nobody gives a shit what happens in men's Olympic hockey. I sure as fuck don't.
Did we ever?
Hells yeah.
Oh, okay. Go with sports ball.
Okay.
Sports puck.
Oh, sports puck, sorry.
Okay. I guess you won't be visiting that other show where I talk about sports all day. So anyway, it's a best of 3. Will Canada get more gold than the United States? Will Canada get more medals? We've changed that to men's hockey to more medals. And who will do better, the Canadian women's team or the American women's team in Olympic hockey? Best 2 out of 3. The losing side sings the national anthem of the other. You're now part of this. You will be singing the American national anthem should this happen.
Our country reeks of trees. Our yaks are really large.
There you go.
And they smell like rotting beef carcasses.
So, yes, you're now been voluntold to be part of this extravaganza.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I win?
He's going to sing the Canadian national anthem in both languages.
He'll probably sing it better than Bryan Adams.
I've never heard. Has Bryan Adams done that?
Wasn't it Bryan Adams that screwed up the lyrics at a hockey game?
I don't.
Isn't that just, it's 40 below and I
don't give a fuck. Can you hear in my truck and I'm off to the rodeo?
That's a hockey song, right?
Hello.
Nice.
Hi, Opal.
Oh, and there's Opal. The adventure dog
hello.
The adventure dog is making an appearance. But we've got Disco Duck. We have what I consider to be, Brad disagrees with me on this, but I consider this to be the worst song ever. Prove me wrong. This is the worst piece of shit ever done. But who is Rick Dees? Andrea, who's Rick Dees?
Rick Dees. In the morning.
I got problems.
What?
I got problems with that.
No, and his weekly top 40.
Yeah.
That was it, right? Yeah.
Burned into my mind forever.
Rick Dees, very famous shock rock DJ, best known for his weekly top 40 that has been, he's not really shock rock, he's jock rock.
Schlock rock.
Shock rock.
Punchable face rock.
Just punchable
Yes.
voice.
Yes. Did I bring up the Backpfeifengesicht? Was that on the show that didn't work out?
No.
No. I don't think
So in German there's a term, and if you speak German and I'm wrong, this is probably more of a slang thing, but the word is Backpfeifengesicht, and it translates to a face that needs to be slapped.
I like that.
So you've met my first ex-wife.
Hey, wait a minute. If I'd have known you're going to be doing ex-wife jokes, that's my shtick.
How many ex-wives you got?
One.
I got 2. I got you beat.
I suppose.
Yeah, you only make jokes about the first one though.
Oh yeah, because the second one was awesome.
Then this begs the question: why is she an ex?
Because you can't negotiate on wanting a child.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on. Actually, I just realized, like, God, like, what if he says like she's dead or something like that? Like, fuck.
Well,
I just said that, like, oh God. What
they frown on being married to a corpse there, Kirk.
Well, in BC, you're a lot more lax than in most provinces.
Oh yeah,
that
it's
might be
totally
okay.
clear. So, fun fact about Rick Dees: Rigdon Osmond Dees III. There were 2 Rigdon Osmond Dees before this guy. And nobody along this way decided that's a bad name.
I think, though, sometimes, though, people just deliberately pick bad names. Like, Engelbert Humperdinck is not his real name.
No, it's not his real name, but it got him marketability.
Mhm.
But you were mentioning that Disco Duck is the worst song ever.
My
It's
opinion.
not the worst song ever. Tiny Tim, Tiptoe Through the Tulips is the worst song ever.
Did
This
that go
was
to
just
number
a,
one? Because we will pick that at some point. If it did.
Did
this
not
was
go to
just a
number
parody on the disco craze that was going on at the time.
Sorry.
Way to Yoko right over my little, monologue there.
Shit, Andrea, how did you go from co-host to Yoko in 1 week?
If we
I don't
break
know.
up, it's all because of you.
Wait, you two, is your bromance already breaking up? Like,
It's a
Right,
rad bromance.
It might be. I think once I sort of insinuated that we'd have a devil's triangle, we both imagined things we didn't want to. I know I did. Sorry.
hey, no Eiffel Towering, Brad.
Well, now my London Bridge has just fallen down. But anyway.
I'm sorry, Fergie.
Oh, it's all good. Rick Dees, Memphis DJ at this point. I don't think, was this show national at that point? I don't think so.
I don't think it was.
Yeah. So he was one of many DJs, not many, but that did manage to sort of gain national traction. I stumbled across a YouTube vortex. It was recommended for a bunch of Wolfman Jack stuff for whatever reason.
Clap for the Wolfman.
I hate that song. What? Really?
Wolfman Jack was awesome.
I
He
didn't
was.
say that Wolfman Jack wasn't awesome. I said that song's shit.
Oh, but it was a tribute to Wolfman Jack.
Oh, it's
Back to Rick
pandering to get
Dees,
DJs to
boys.
play it.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's rein it in. Back to Rick Dees.
Mhm. Rick, yeah. So Rick, you've got that whole history about like we just lost her.
No, she's just letting the dog out.
All right.
So now you answered the
wait a minute.
question.
Who let the dog out?
Andrea.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be getting up to let her back in a minute when she gets obnoxious and
Ooh,
starts
okay.
knocking.
Ooh.
Sorry about that.
The dog's out. Boom, boom. Yeah. So Rick came up with disco at this point was, I don't want to say peaking in popularity because disco was very big in 76, 77, 78. Just like a massive thing that was sort of happening. And disco, I've often said, I consider myself a disco apologist. A lot of people shit on disco.
I shit on disco.
Yeah, well, okay, and fair enough. But
Which would be an awesome punk band name.
Well, maybe it was. I don't know. That does.
I shit on disco?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
I think
maybe-
Panic at the Disco is about as close as you get.
Oh, so. But disco, to me, always knew what it was. It was fun. It's about dancing and fucking.
It's the Walmart of music.
Dancing
Sure.
and fucking at Walmart?
What? That's not how you guys go there?
That's not what I'd go to Walmart for.
It also
That's
explains
a
why
better
I'm not
punk
allowed
band.
back.
It takes a lot to be banned from Walmart.
Apparently dancing and fucking in Walmart and you get banned.
Probably just the latter.
No, I didn't do anything with the latter.
How did I know you were going to say that? So, I'm with Kirk on this one. I think disco music is pretty unassuming. It knows what it is. It doesn't pretend to be anything it isn't. It's not highbrow. It's not pretentious.
No, but 80s glam rock is not highbrow or pretentious, and it doesn't pretend to be anything it is either, or isn't either, but it's at least got something to it, whereas disco, you could take one disco song and put it up against another. This is the issue I had when I was DJing. Big thing was, if you're going to mix a set, and you can crossfade from one song into the next, and there's no discernible difference, and people just think you played an 8-minute song, it's not music anymore.
This song isn't music at all. It's
Oh
terrible.
no, it's just a parody.
This song, it embodies the jock rock shenanigan bullshit. I mean, to be fair, it's Rick Dees and his band of idiots.
And that's the band name. Like, it's not hyperbole. That's actually what it was. Rick Dees and his cast of idiots.
Oh, cast of idiots.
Like it
I keep getting
matters.
that wrong.
Oh, like it matters.
Yeah.
None of this matters. It's complete. This song might have been about dancing, but it's not danceable.
No, it's not. But like when he talks about getting in there and feeling the need to strut his stuff like a duck and what have you, start flapping his wings and stuff. The whole thing with that was the instructional songs that were around there at the time, like the Electric Slide and stuff like that. And so they're just taking the piss out of the garbage disco songs that were coming out at that time.
I think Brad had to play Cha-Cha Slide too many times in his
Oh my
DJ
God,
career.
Cha-Cha Slide, the Electric Slide, and there was one other one, and they just wouldn't die. And when the Cha-Cha Slide came along, I was almost thankful because it was a switch up. Because the Electric Slide didn't stop. But in the States, they still want the Electric Slide, the Cha-Cha Slide, every night. Like, at least on cruise ships they did. Constantly. And there'd be lines of people, like multiple lines of people, like you're DJing in a country bar. The only thing that's different is the pigmentation is a little darker and there's no cowboy hats.
Whoa. I got nothing here on that.
So I get Brad's hatred for those instructional dance songs.
No, totally. I don't know that this is necessarily that tongue-in-cheek. I think that's his revisionist history. That's honestly what I think he's going with this. It's like, I was just trying to...
Did you listen to it, though?
Yeah, I've listened to it.
Okay, so if you listen to it, it's just taking the piss. Who the hell gets a friend of theirs to, basically sound like Donald Duck?
Rick Dees does!
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But he's a morning show DJ. He's recording this song. It's the same thing as the morning show parody songs that they put on normally now.
All right, so let me ask you this. As a former DJ, do you think that this certainly helped him get play from other DJs? Hey, it's one of our own.
Yeah, no, it helped him because of the fact that he built a little controversy around it. And Andrea knows more about that controversy than I do. But he built a controversy around that they wouldn't play it or something like that. Andrea, take over from me on that one.
Oh, he didn't really build any controversy. He was told by his own radio station that it was a conflict of interest so he couldn't play his song. The other local radio stations in Memphis wouldn't play his song because they saw it to be supporting a rival radio station. So he literally had no traction locally with the song, but for some reason, I don't even know how, but for some reason it started to pick up nationally. So it was
other DJs.
Popular. Yeah, it was becoming popular everywhere except his hometown, where it was basically unheard of. And he mentioned on air on his show one day that he had this song that looked like it was getting pretty close to #1, and he was canned at the end of his broadcast for even mentioning the song.
Oh, he was fired. Okay, I missed that.
Oh yeah, no, the producer or whatever, some bigwig at the station fired him.
I don't know why Rick Dees couldn't have stayed fired like a gentleman. Because I told you guys this on a pre-recorded one, but for those 2.5 or 3 listeners that we've got, or is it 4 now?
Want a little person?
Well, I think we maybe had 5, but then you've now become one of us, and so you're.
I'll still listen to it. But no, the whole idea with Rick Dees is I was living in Prince George, BC, which is not quite the asshole of British Columbia, but you can smell it from there. And it's kind of like the taint. Kirk, the gooch, the fleshy fun bridge.
Why do you assume I don't know what that is?
Well, when I said taint, you got a confused look on your face.
No, I was picturing it literally.
Oh, I can show you if you want.
No, maybe later. Yeah. No tubining on this one.
All right. So anyway,
your contract.
The whole thing was I'm up there, I'm trying to make my break in radio, and I got the gig of coming in on the weekends and pressing the button that goes to commercial for live remotes and for Rick Dees in the weekly top 40. And that jingle will stay stuck in my head, just like the Circle Square mail-in thing that they used to have at the end of that show. It's stuck in here. It never leaves. I've got their postal code memorized. It's disgusting. But the whole idea was every single weekend I was stuck alone in the DJ booth at a Prince George radio station doing this every 15 minutes or so as he played all these hits from the 1999 to 2000 as well when I was up there. So we were listening to a lot of Venga Boys.
The Venga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. Da, 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 da.
Yep, Britney Spears. Oh, that radio station was the only radio station I've ever heard where, because of CanCon rules and because of how small the market was there, they weren't spending a lot of money on paying for the big hits. So we'd get like 5 big hits, and then there was a lot of CanCon in there that was expired and it was cheaper. So Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time, back to back with Lawrence Gowan, Criminal Mind.
Well, okay, let's backtrack because I think some people won't know what you're talking about when you talk about CanCon.
Oh, Canadian content. There's a law in Canada that you have to play X percentage, and I don't know what the percentages are now, but you have to play X percentage of Canadian music versus international or especially American music. And I like American music.
Nice. I think it's either 33% or 40%. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, but it's responsible for Nickelback, so it's a bullshit law.
It is, and YouTube's responsible for Bieber. That's not us. Well, okay, it is us, but
yeah.
You discovered
also,
in
I'd
America.
like to go on record as the whole country of Canada and apologize sincerely for Celine Dion.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
But keep her down there. It's good she's down there.
Yeah, far.
And Michael Bublé's season is over now. He's gone back to his cave.
Yep. He's no longer farting on your presence.
Yeah, unless I saw him for some commercial. Well, either way. Dees, he tried another hit, Discorilla, I think. I don't know.
Yes, Discorilla, and he, gave up the much better pun of disco orangutan, I gotta say. Like
now that would be considered racist.
Why?
Because
disco orangutan
is.
It's an orangutan.
Everyone's a little bit racist. Sometimes.
Doesn't mean you go around committing hate crimes.
Avenue Q, for those wondering where this
is
yes. From. Yes.
One of the best musicals I have ever seen. Saw it live, brilliant show.
Yeah, best musical. There's two words that don't belong together.
You shut up. I liked you.
Will not.
I liked you for a little while. Don't make me stop.
Okay, how about it's a puppet show, so maybe that gives it some
Pauline took
credibility
me to
for
that.
you.
The version in Toronto. I did see that. I did see that, and I did enjoy myself. So I will say that. Rick Dees, and to his credit, the guy's still going. He's still got that stupid fucking show, which I heard in Barbados of all. I couldn't believe it.
He's 400 years old and he's internationally syndicated.
Good on him. He even had his own late night talk show at one point in time that I don't believe did particularly well, thank God. But I don't know how this guy is popular. Like, I don't
even
get
Keith
it.
Richards looks at him and goes, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Like, he just doesn't go away. He's like dust. You think you sweep it under and it just comes back. Only this one with a toothy grin. Like,
I'm just waiting for him to host his show like Dick Clark style when Dick Clark was on the out.
Oh God, yeah, that was sad at the end where he just like, okay, like
Dick Clark was basically Bernieing like the last several years of his.
Oh yeah, it was New Year's at Bernie's.
It was New Year's at Bernie's.
I don't know why he would do that to himself, especially when you're standing next to another, actually the heir apparent to Rick Dees, Ryan Seacrest. And I'm gonna let's bring out Dick. Fuck.
Yeah, it was kind of sad, but I think he likes money.
He was already producing it. He didn't need to go on camera.
Maybe he gets more money if he does that.
He's paying himself.
I don't know. I don't know how Dick Clark works. Worked.
Yeah.
Work.
I just realized you're defending musicals. I'm defending disco.
Yeah.
Like, we're both still straight, right?
Relatively.
Yeah, relatively.
Well, I mean, okay, if Jason Momoa came up and gave me a hug, it would be a long-ass hug.
If it's Jason Momoa, he's gonna pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh yeah, yeah, I would be his.
What's he gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do about, like, he can't do anything.
No, I'd push back a little though.
Andrew,
Get into him.
Yeah.
Andrea, let's bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna give him a little extra. I'm a nice guy.
I wonder if I could tell him I had sex dreams about his wife when I was a teenager.
I'm sure many people did.
Isn't that on the other show?
But at least.
Your other show that you want to do with Brad.
We got to do the other show.
Oh, that, yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah. Which is tentatively called Women We Used to Beat Off To. I think that sounds better than Masturbate, no? No?
To all the girls I've loved before.
Who've traveled in and out my door.
I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before. So
I would like to say for the record, I will have nothing to do with that show.
Yes, you will. You're the host of that show.
I am not hosting that show.
It's called an Andrea Tessmann production.
No, it's celebrities we used to. Not that we are currently going to. There won't be any friendly fire.
No. You can joke. Yeah. I mean, you could sort of like jump in on that.
Nope.
Come on, which new kid was it, Andrea?
Nope.
There's no curiosity? Nothing?
None. Zero.
Nope.
Wow.
You two have fun with that one.
All right. I think that sort of answers the whole straight question, though. But anyway. Rick Dees, kudos to him. I've never hated someone this much who I think has been this successful and just always seems to follow me wherever I go. I don't know if we have necessarily any parting shots for this. I do consider this, and I've gone on record, this is the worst song to me of all time.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you ever listened to any Yoko Ono songs?
I have.
And this is worse than that?
Yes, because in terms of its
screeching?
Yes, because in terms of what it actually accomplished by going number one, and I'm using this this is my advanced calculus here for that. But yes, I will maintain that this is worse because Yoko Ono would put out song after song, but nobody played it. It wasn't there.
A song that I hate more than this is Cotton Eye Joe.
That's awful. That's also very bad. I think, did that go number one?
I don't believe so. I really hope it didn't.
Yeah, because that would be one. No, I think this is the worst because it betrays the very genre it says it's trying to spoof. Again, I don't believe him. I do not believe him. Oh, I was just trying to make fun of it. No, you weren't.
Well, it's just like McLean though. Like well, they were doing the X-rated versions of songs that were popular at the time. They were just taking the piss out of them. Whereas Rick Dees has always been G-rated. So for him to go and do a parody song of what was popular at the time, because there was a big hate on for disco when disco was popular. There was a lot of people
later though.
There were a lot of right-thinking people at that time who were coming out and saying, I really don't like disco. And they were correct, and history has proven us true.
Okay, have I presented the idea of doing the Saturday Night Fever special?
You had mentioned it, yes.
Okay, because at one point that album generated, I believe, 4 number ones, maybe 5.
Oh yeah, but how many number ones have Britney
like...
Spears and Justin Timberlake and other bubblegum pop had? It doesn't mean they're good. It means people are dumb and they like a beat.
I never said they were good. What's the name of this fucking show?
Yeah, but you're defending disco.
I'm defending disco, but I'm not defending this.
To bring Kirk's comment about Saturday Night Fever into context here, Disco Duck was in Saturday Night Fever in a scene that was, I believe it was cut in the...
No, it was in the movie. It's when Tony and, I love this movie. Tony and I forget what her name was. I forget which girl he was with, whether the one he started with her. It doesn't matter. And there's a disco instructor, and he's teaching a bunch of older people how to dance to this.
So Rick Dees would not let them put this song on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, thinking it would cannibalize the sales of his own album, which, although this song did all right, the album itself fizzled out eventually. And on the other hand, the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack has sold something like 40 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I mean, I think in his position, I would have done the same thing at that point in time.
Yeah, and I don't think Rick is hurting for money. I think he probably has a decent 2-bedroom apartment somewhere, and maybe a nice Yugo.
I was gonna say, a mid 2000s Civic.
Yeah, probably something nice like that. Reliable.
If only that were true.
I would like him a lot more if that were true.
Mm-hmm. I would. I'd be much happier if that were the case. But with that, I think we can close the door on this duck.
And never talk about it again?
Never talk about it again.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I do have
the duck up.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wah, wah. Oh, sorry. Wah, wah.
Love that.
Well done.
All right. So next week, and Brad, you're picking the week after, by the way. I already told you what it is, but I'm going to tell you again. In the year 2525, a song that says that the future really sucks, but to be fair, it's 1958.
To be fair.
2525 hasn't happened yet. So maybe they're going to be completely right. By Zager and Evans. A maudlin, strange song.
Anytime I hear it, I immediately go right to The Age of Aquarius. Which
did go number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an interesting one day. Though I do like that one. This is a strange late 60s song. Definitely, they're coming to take you away, I think, Brad.
Haha, hee hee.
Oh, wow. Napoleon. Yeah.
It's a funny song.
That one, I think, only went to number 2, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, if we ever get to a novelty song, I guess we have to do Ray Stevens at one point in time, which I really don't want to do.
You know they call him the Streak.
Clown, not funny yet. Fuck. But anyway.
Hey, when I was a kid and I first heard Ray Stevens, the Streak and the Mississippi Squirrel Revival were hilarious.
So I kind of like the Mississippi Squirrel Revival.
And on that note,
The day the squirrel went berserk in the First South Baptist Church.
This was a great idea.
This was your decision, Kirk.
All right.
So we're
And
doing
everybody.
in the
Hey,
year
Kirk.
25.
Yeah.
Kirk, you should plug your shows.
Oh, yes. I'm going to plug all my other stuff. Hey, football fans, we just did our Pro Football Hall of Fame mock committee. By the time you're hearing this, the Pro Football Hall of Fame will have already told you who they've inducted, but we decided on our own behalf. We've also got this crap, this crap was on national television, where we looked at, Chris Burnett and I, we looked at Rowdy Roddy Piper hosting the Saturday Night Cartoons All-Star Spectacular, featuring Pee Wee Herman.
Hi, kids.
Yeah, Patti LaBelle, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and New Edition when Bobby Brown was still there.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting thing from two former wrestling fans. Just looking back at stuff that we really used to like. The Hall of Fame show, as always, with Evan Nolan and I, where we look at the regular stuff going on in Hall of Fame related news. And I wrote a book. Hey, Christmas comes again next year. Chavo Guerrero, instant classic. The story of Chavo Guerrero Sr. I helped him write it before he passed away. Now it's out on Amazon. Check it out.
You could get that for somebody for Valentine's Day.
You very well could. I think it would make a fantastic Valentine's Day gift.
You probably got some birthdays in there, some anniversaries.
Yeah.
For sure.
How much would your wife like to get a book about professional wrestlers for your anniversary?
I'm sure that they would absolutely love it.
I think this is a thing.
Yes, and my picture's even in this book.
Well, that's worth the price of admission alone.
Absolutely, like right at the end, about the author, and it's me and my dog Jasper.
Oh, your dog helped?
Well, he's on my lap while I'm trying to type, and we just use that picture.
We still haven't seen
He's a helpful
Jasper.
dog.
Oh, you want to see Jasper? Here we go. Let's flip this over there.
Yeah.
Jasper the corgi.
Jasper.
He's sleeping on the couch.
Jasper, there you go.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Jasper.
You cutie.
Yeah, so he's been by my side as I've been doing show after show, because it's my second show tonight, and it's 1:30 in the morning. My God,
You should go get some rest.
Yes, the things I do on this network for all of you fine people, even the people who don't like me, but that's okay. And say
You like the hate mail.
I do like the hate mail, especially when it's over Captain and Tennille.
Yeah. Well, Kirk, we should all crawl back into our caves.
Crevice.
Oh, crevice. Yes. Our
Crevice of which we came.
Yes. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Good night.